Okay, welcome again to the course data structure and algorithm. So today I'm going to explain about the Python, the basic Python, okay? And I will introduce the Python, and yeah, you can see how Python works in the hello world. Okay, first, I will explain to you about the Jupyter notebook. So I will use the Jupyter notebook in our course. And before we do the hello world, I will explain a little bit about how to install Python. And after we have the Python, you can do with the hello world in Jupyter and some basic in notebook, like the basic function, like making the yeah the markdown and etc. will be explained in later part. Okay, so Jupyter notebook. So the Jupyter notebook is an open source web application, and it is to create the documents, and it's to share documents that can then live code, equations, visualization, and text. So the Jupyter notebook is now very well known tool for creating the analysis, especially when you are doing the analysis for the real-time analysis. Yeah, Jupyter notebook is very cool. So the Jupyter lab is another things that is coming next after Jupyter Notebook. It shows a very good tool because it is an upgrade of Jupyter Notebook. So the Jupyter Lab is the next generation user interface for Project Jupyter, offering all the familiar building blocks of the classic Jupyter Notebook. The notebook, the terminal, text editor, file browser, its outputs are all in the Jupyter Lab. So it is very flexible and more powerful in user interface. So the basic idea of Jupyter Lab is to bring all the building blocks that are in the classic notebook plus some new stuff under one roof. So it is very useful to use Jupyter Lab instead of Jupyter Notebook, but yeah, it depends on you whether you want to use the Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab. But I will move forward with Jupyter Lab because it's very useful and it is the one of the new things that you can use. Of course, if you deal with the Jupyter Lab, it's only in your desktop. But later on, I will explain how can you utilize the Jupyter Notebook. So the Jupyter Notebook is not only in Python itself, but you can also find in the Anaconda. So Anaconda is one of the leading platform for data science, for the data mining things. And because we are doing with the data structure, I guess it's also good if we connect with Anaconda. And as I mentioned to you, that Jupyter Notebook is the online editor. Okay. So you can also post it into the web. And for this Jupyter Notebook, it's not only in your desktop, it's not only in Python, but it's also available online. For example, Kaggle. Okay. If you're familiar with data science and data analysis, you will know Kaggle. So Kaggle is one of the sites that provides many data analysis, many data sets, and many competition related with data science. So in Kaggle, they have the Kaggle kernel. They provide the Jupyter notebook online, so you can just establish your notebook online, and you can type the code in the notebook online. Okay, that's one of the benefits is if you are using the Kaggle, because the data set is already there, then you can just extract the data and then analyze in Kaggle. Or the other tools, the other online tools that might be beneficial for you is Google Colab. So the Google Colab is also a platform to show the Jupyter notebook in the web. They establish this in the Google platform, so you can also save your data in Google platform, and yeah, you can type in the Google platform. The name is Google Colab, and all the codes are in Python. So the Jupyter Notebook is very useful. That's why I'm going to move forward with Jupyter Notebook. But for desktop application, I will use Jupyter Lab. let's say if you want to use the Kaggle or if you want to use the Google Colab, basically they are the same with the Jupyter Notebook, so you don't need to worry. But only some comments there might be different, because if you extract the files or if you want to open the files from Google Colab or if you want to open the file from Kaggle, there might be some additional comments or there may be some additional syntax. So I'm going to teach you the Python. Okay? As I explained in the previous lecture, Python is one of the programming language, and you need to also install Anaconda. I recommend you to install Anaconda as well. So the Jupyter Notebook can be established in the Anaconda. If you want to use some basic function in the Python, then you can use the Python as well. The latest Python is not embedded in Anaconda, so that's why I would like to recommend you to install Python and Anaconda. So first is the installation. So you can see this is the link that I give to you. Okay, let's see if I move this to Chrome. Okay, I will just use Chrome, and then let's say this. So this is the website of Python. You can see the download section. So you can download, if you are using Windows operating system, then you can just download for Windows. If you're using Mac OS, then you can also use you can download for Mac OS. If you use other platforms, then you can fit installer with the platform that you are using. Okay. So just download it for your convenience, and then after you download that one, then you can just install with the basic function. And the other things that you need to install is also the Anaconda, as I mentioned to you. Okay, so try to get the Anaconda here. So Anaconda is the platform for data science, and they contains a lot of libraries that is useful for data analysis, data algorithms, and etc. So you can download that one, okay, and it will give you the options whether you are using the Windows operating system or Mac operating system or Linux. So as you can see, yeah, the Anaconda 2020 is on February for Windows installer. It contains the Python 3.7, and the Python itself from the platform, the official platform, they provide the Python 3.8. Okay? So the latest one is from the official Python website. So I would like to use two different links again. The Python here is also good, but maybe it's better to use the newest one. Yeah. So it depends on your graphical installer. It is, if it is 64-bit, then you can install the 64-bit. If you're using the 32-bit, then you can also install the 30-bit. Okay, then I will skip this one. I hope that you can download it for your computer and install it in your laptop. So after you have those two, okay, so you need to set the environment variable. Okay. This is the very tricky part, okay. Especially when you set the environment variable. Each computer will have different configuration. My computer and your computer may have different way to set up this environment variable. But basically, it is similar. So I would like to explain to you, and hopefully, our computer has the same configuration. So first, you can go to the uh, edit system environment variables, click the environment variables, and then yeah, you can see the edit environment variables. And when you click on the edit environment variables, you need to add the path where your Python and the Anaconda, including the folder scripts, into this one. So for example, if it is in my computer, I use the users and my name. I'm just using user, and then you go to folder app data local programs, and there's folder Python. So you need to go to exactly the Python folder that you install your Python from the official Python. So for example, like this one, if I'm using the Python 3.7 the 32, so the Python folder will be something like this one, Python 3.7-32, and you need to also include the scripts, Python 37-3/scripts, and you need to figure out where you install the Anaconda. So in my case, I put in this folder, then you can just use this folder. Yeah, let me let you know about this one. So if you type environment variables here, you can see the edit system environment variables. So when you click this one, then you can click the environment variables. Okay, in the user variables, so you can see the path. Yeah, just click the path here. Okay, I already have the link here. Yeah, you can click this one. Yeah, because I already have this one. Then yeah, I don't need to add more. If you don't have this Python folder, Python script, and the Anaconda, you can click new. Okay, or you can just double click here, and then yeah, for example, you want to use this one, just copy and you can put here and like this one. Okay, because I already have that one in my environment variable, so I will delete this. So if you set this environment variable, I guess it is already done. Yeah, it's almost done. So ensure that the Python and Conda works well. So Python is for the Python installation and Conda is for the Anaconda installation. So you need to go to the command prompt and then type Python, and then there will be no error if Python is installed correctly. Let's see. You can go here, so you can type command prompt. Okay. So in the command prompt, you can type Python. Okay, no error. So it means yeah, your computer has understand what is Python. Oops. Yeah, it seems now my computer is running the Microsoft apps, so they know that I'm not using this Microsoft app to add the Python. Yeah, I'll just close this one. Okay, so at least you know that the Python is run here. So for the next, let's start with Jupyter. How can we make a new program with the Jupyter Notebook? Start with Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab. So as I explained to you, the Jupyter Lab is the next generation of the Jupyter Notebook. So you can use the Jupyter Notebook or you can use Jupyter Lab, but this is the example of Jupyter Lab. Okay. If you want to open your Jupyter Notebook from the command prompt, so you can run the command prompt and then type Jupyter Lab, and alternatively you can type only Jupyter Notebook. Let's say, so if you are using the command prompt, okay, so once you have this one, then you can type Jupyter Lab. Okay. So I already connect this environment with the Google Chrome. So once I type the Jupyter Lab, it will automatically open the Google Chrome. So in your case, I'm not sure if if the environment will be connected immediately with the Google Chrome, but if you want to connect with the Google Chrome, just give a new link so the Google Chrome can understand that the environment of Jupyter Lab should be open in Google Chrome. Otherwise, I think your computer will understand which web browser is the default of your computer, and the Jupyter Lab will be open in the default web browser. Okay. So this is the way to open the Jupyter Lab. So you can see the environment here. The left panel is the file that you save. In this case, yeah, I save in this folder, and this is the launcher. And this is the first way to open the Jupyter Lab. But the other way to open the Jupyter Lab or Jupyter Notebook, you can type the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so let's see. If I close this one, let me just close this. Let me just close this. Oops, yeah, there's an error. There's okay, I will close this. Okay, and then I want to make a new command prompt. And yeah, say I'm making a new Jupyter notebook. Okay, so you also have the same result. The first is about the Jupyter Lab. So the environment is the next generation of Jupyter notebook. In this Jupyter notebook, it is only the classic Jupyter notebook. Okay, so I don't want to use this one because it's the classic style, and yeah, I want to manage many files later, so I will just skip this one. Okay, and okay, I guess just first. And if you want to use other way, okay, so you can open the Anaconda. Okay, in the Anaconda, you can see the Anaconda navigator. So the Anaconda navigator, let's say, if you go to Anaconda navigator, so when you click this one, then it will run the Anaconda. So, yeah, it will take some time. Okay, because the Anaconda is a program is different from the Python and is different from the other stuff. So it will also check your Python. It will also check the environment, and it will also check the embedded tools inside the Anaconda. That's why it's very heavy. So if I conduct this course, usually I will never use this Anaconda Navigator because it give you very oops, sorry. So it will give you very complicated, yeah, with your environment. So that's why I recommend you to use the command prompt. Okay, so you can see this is the result. Okay. So you can have the console shortcut, Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, and etc. So if you launch this one, of course you can see the Jupyter Lab, but it will take some time because it consumes a lot of memory. It's not responding well. Okay. So I will close this one because it will take some time. No. Okay, I guess it's yes. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to close my photo. Okay. So the next will be how can you do with the Jupyter Lab? Okay. So let's open the Jupyter Lab, and after you have the Jupyter Lab, because I already installed the R in my computer, so there is an option whether you want to use Python or R. Okay. And just make the Python tree, and you will see a new file. And if you want to change the name or if you want to rename the name, then you can just right click on the file and then you can choose to rename. Okay, so let's see. Now I will go to the command prompt again, and then I will do the Jupyter Lab. Okay, it takes some time. Yeah, in some cases, if you are if there is no environment in your web browser, so you can do the copy and paste to this link. Okay. Anyway, yeah, if you have any problems, then just let me know. I will try to handle from here. Okay. So this is the first launcher. Okay. So I already have one file. So you can see the notebook consists of Python 3 and R. So you can use Python 3. You can use the R languages. So if you want to make a new one, then click Python 3, and then you can see this is a new file, untitled IPYNB. So if you want to rename it, then you can just rename and then like say give you new title. This is my first notebook, for example. Okay. So the title will appear here. This is my first notebook. So the things you want to check here is there are two things you will learn. The first is about the code, and the other is about the markdown, and the last one is about raw. Code is the option to write code in Python, Markdown is the option to write description or comments on your code. And the raw is the option to write using some other tools, for example, LaTeX. So I will not explain the raw because it's not related with our course. And if you want to make it a document in LaTeX, it is good to understand the raw. But for me, for this semester, I will exclude the raw. If you want to study about raw, then you can try to proceed with your own study. Okay, you can do the self-study for the raw. So let's see if I'm using this, okay, and I want to print hello world. Okay, so you have this print hello world, and you can run. Okay, okay. Now it shows the result, hello world, and you can see this is the code. Okay, in the code, yeah, you can just type the Python code, so it will show the result according to the syntax. And as I mentioned to you, there are three things: the code, markdown, and raw. So markdown is something related with the description. Okay. Let's say this is the first of Python. Okay. Oops, you need to change, not this, it's not code, but it's markdown. So if you run this one, okay, if you run this, then it will show as a text. So they know that it is not Python code, but it is a text. So code and markdown, it will be a good combination. So when you want to explain something, you can use the markdown. When you want to type in the Python code, then you need to use code. So the IPYNB is the file extension. Okay. So whenever you have a new file, it will be in the IPYNB. Okay. So the file extension will be IPYNB, and every time if I give you assignment or if I give you an exam, then yeah, you can use the IPYNB, and then you need to submit the IPYNB file. Okay, and I'm going to go to the details of the notebook. Okay, some basics in the notebook, some basic functions that you may need to know. First is the yeah, the things that you will do later. First is writing comments. Yeah. What is the meaning by writing comments? The writing comments is how can you type something. Yeah, writing comments is this is a syntax to print. Okay. So this comment or this is comments that you are not going to print. This comment is will not be printed. Okay. So you can print hello how, for example, and yeah, hello how. So the comment will not be printed. It's just an explanation that you're going to print hello house, right? And when you do this, okay, well, because I'm already familiar with this one, so this is the things that you can use in order to execute the cell. Okay, so you can press Shift Enter or Alt Enter, and those things are to execute the cell. They are different. Okay? Shift Enter, you will execute only the cell, and Alt Enter, you will execute the cell and make a new line. Okay, for example, let's see this one. I want to print hello soul. So if I use Shift Enter, okay, I will see the result hello soul, and I will go to the new line. Okay. How about if I do the hello Korea? If I use Alt Enter, okay, so this is using the Shift Enter. and this is using Alt Enter. Okay, so what is the difference? Yeah, every time I do the Shift Enter and Alt Enter, it shows a new line. Okay, yeah, because when you do with the Shift Enter, there is no further line. That's why it creates a new line. But let's see if I make a new line like this one. Okay, I want to insert a new cell here. So if I print hello Yongin, for example, okay, let's do with the Shift. This is the Shift plus Enter. What is the result? Okay, there is no new line. Okay, but if I want to execute this one, let's say I put this cell again, and then now I'm using Alt and Enter. Okay, I press Alt and Enter. Okay, you can see there's a new line. Okay, I hope you understand this concept. And you can add, modify, and delete the cells. Let's see, I don't need the cells, then you can just cut. Okay, or there's when you click on the right mouse, you will see this option. Okay, cut cells, copy cells, and delete cells. Okay, it means when you press D and one more D, then it will be deleted. For example, let me press D and then another D. Okay, oops, I think you need to click in the fast way. D D. Okay, now it's deleted. Okay. If you want to add, then you can just do with the plus, then it is new line. And if you want to modify this, okay, you can just copy. Okay, you can just copy cell. So it means you press C. Okay, I have another Python notebook. Okay, then I will like to put here, for example. So you can just paste the cell below, and yeah, you get the cell. So you can modify, you can add, and you can move the cells in different way. So remember that the extension file is IPYNB. Okay, you can move the cells to another notebook file. And also, I would like to explain something about the Markdown. Okay, in the Markdown, you can use the heading. Okay, let me go to this one first. Okay, the heading. If you are using the Markdown, yeah, you can also, yeah, if you are not using anything, this is the text. Okay, when you shift enter, then you can see the text. But if you are considering to use header or heading, you can have this one, heading 1. And if you have 2 shop, heading 2. If you have 3 shop, let's say this is heading 3, and then you have 4 shop, heading 4. And if you execute with the shift enter, then you can see the difference. Okay, the heading 1 is the biggest one, heading 2 is less bigger, heading 3 is less bigger, and the heading 4 is the smaller one. Of course, the normal text will be this one without any shop in front, and yeah, you can type anything according to the heading chart. So I think that's the thing that I can explain for the introduction of this Python basic. So we will learn more about the Python primer and the object oriented in the next time. Okay. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns about this course, then you can just send me email. If you would like to know about the things that I'm going to post in my videos, you can just subscribe in my channel. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. See you.